Good evening and welcome to the Empowerment Hour. This is your host, John Harmon, founder, president, and CEO of the African American Chamber of Commerce of New Jersey. Every Tuesday evening between 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 1040 a.m. WCHR here in New Jersey, we bring you the Empowerment Hour. Let's get to our first guest this evening. This amazing woman hails from the great state of New Jersey, but the more importantly, my town, Trenton, New Jersey. But she has been around the world and back again. And so I speak no other than Miss Monah Yancy.
Yes.
What a beautiful smile. She's an actress. She's a teacher. She's an artist. And she's here to help. She studied in Texas, but I'll let her unpack that. She is the community giving manager at the Passage Theater in Trenton. So welcome to the Empowerment Hour.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Harmon, for having me.
Well,
I'm honored.
We're honored to have you as well.
Yes.
Let's hear a little bit about you.
Absolutely.
Where you're from, family, background,
Sure.
Big family, small family. Then we'll slowly get into your story.
All right. So I was born and raised here in Trenton, New Jersey, as Mr. Harmon said.
Yes.
Born right at St. Francis Hospital.
Okay.
My parents hail from Liberia, West Africa.
My people.
They came to Trenton in the 70s where they planted their roots.
Glad to have them here.
Yes. Had my siblings and I. So we grew up right on Highland Avenue.
Highland.
Yes, and went to Blessed Sacrament Elementary School. My freshman year, I was at McCorston Catholic High School, and that summer of '92 is when we moved to Texas. The company my father used to work for relocated us. So my parents bought their home in Cedar Hill, which is outside of Dallas, and I then went to Texas Women's University and studied theater arts out there.
So why don't we get into a little bit Trenton versus Texas. What was it like? How old were you?
Yes. I was a teenager. I was 15, so I was not pleased at all when my parents came
Kicking
to
and screaming,
me. Yes.
huh?
You know, I'm a city girl, and all my family and friends were here, so I didn't know much about Texas.
Okay.
And so my mom came to us and said, we're relocating. This is what's going on. Yeah, a lot of tears, upset. And my first question to her was, what's in Texas?
Yeah.
And so,
I think people are still asking that question. But now we're going to keep it moving. Texas, okay.
Yeah. But I will say that, I planted some roots there as well.
Great.
So, yeah, I go back and forth.
Okay.
My friends, my brother is out there still. He comes back and forth to visit.
But that's what Trenton people do,
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
We're able to pivot. We're able to figure it out and leverage.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So this Texas Women University,
yes.
I never heard of it. So enlighten us.
Okay, absolutely. It's women's college. Well, it used to be an all-women's college in 95, just before I started my freshman year. So there was a lot of protests going on.
Oh,
and,
wow.
a lot of the women didn't want men coming in. The school
I ain't mad at it.
school is very well known for its nursing program. At that time, it was #1 in the country.
Oh, wow.
Very great OT and PT school as well. So they slowly began to integrate men into the university. And so, that's what they've done, but they've kept the name, of course,
Okay.
So,
That's got to be a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm suited and booted. And all right, that's another conversation.
Yeah, empowering young women, uplifting young women. That's what the school was highlighting and what it was about. So I joined the theater department in the summer of '95.
Professionally, okay? You go to this great university that was open to allowing men to come in and alter your original mission. We get that. But nonetheless, you're coexisting.
Yes.
You matriculate, you graduate.
Yes.
And then what?
And then I decided that I wanted to move back to the East Coast because being a theater major, acting, that was soon to be now my profession after I graduated. And I said the best place to be would be in New York.
Wow.
But I couldn't afford New York, so I landed in Philly with family out there. And then I would travel back and forth to Trenton. to visit family. I have an aunt who's been living in Trenton for over 50 years, and she says she's never moving. So
wow. Well, I tell you, I've been there a little longer than her.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about, when did you realize or have that desire and then aptitude to pursue being an actress?
My junior year of high school, at LD Bell in Texas, of course. And so they had auditions for the drama club.
Okay.
I was very shy, and I was like, I don't know. But, around my family and friends, that personality of mine comes out where I'm just funny and having a good time, very personable. So I auditioned. Didn't get the role in the beginning. Someone else did, but then that person had to be removed from the role because his grades weren't good. So they asked me to come back in.
Okay.
And we did To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, wow.
And I played the pastor. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, and my parents came to watch, and the bug hit me, and that was it.
Now, was that a Sidney Poitier? Was he in that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was Sidney Poitier.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So
You
we were doing some heavy stuff.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So it hit you. You didn't get deterred because the first time they knocked you down, but you got off the canvas.
Yes.
But moreover, the reason you go to school is to get educated.
Right.
Right. And you didn't lose sight of that.
Right.
And so what was your next production?
Yeah. So did some community theater.
Okay.
We did the female version of The Odd Couple.
Okay.
And then I got the opportunity to work with another theater where I was in Much Ado About Nothing.
Okay.
So from there, came out to Philly, and we're doing some theater in the Philly area as well, and some things here and there. And then along the way, started teaching, became a teaching artist, teaching theater to young people.
Wow.
Then got into property management. So it's a little, still got to pay the bills while you're looking for work as an artist.
Most artists have dual vocations.
Absolutely.
Because you got to eat.
Got to eat.
Yeah. So, on the other side, I think we'll kind of talk about your current work with the Pastures Theater.
Yes.
But there was a strike this past year for a long time with actors and actresses. And how did that affect you, or you have any thoughts about the whole industry?
Yeah, it did not affect me because that was more for television and film, and so I haven't gotten into that realm, which I am working towards. Most of my focus has always been in theater. Okay. But I have a lot of friends who are in film and television, so speaking to them, I'm aware of how hard it affected them. I mean, even though I'm not a TV film actress, I'm still an artist, and so it still affects all of us. We have these conversations regarding pay equity and using AI and just how artists are treated. And I think people look at, well, these actors have all this money, but you forget you have the makeup artists and the costume people, and they're not making that income.
All the ancillary support.
Who help to make these actors who they are when you see them on television and film.
Right.
So it was great to see all these artists come out, support one another, and come together. And for my friends who've been affected, we talked about it, and they negotiated and made some great deals. I think that will help moving forward.
So how, as a whole, community theater, how's it doing? We got about a little over a minute for the first break.
It has its ups and downs. I think all of us have, we've had some challenges, of course, with the pandemic, and then, where many of us have been, especially in arts education, and just trying to have our friends, our community, sponsors, donors, like we are here, and to keep our doors open. And we had that challenge, Passage did last year, April, May, where we called out on the community to help us with keeping our doors open. And many people rose to that challenge, and so we're very, very grateful to that. And it affected staff as well. So I think people don't recognize just how truly impactful the arts are into communities, especially communities like Trenton, and it's needed.
No, I think this is a good point. So I tell you, they talk about arts being connected to the economy,
Right.
and a community that has more intentionality around the arts is a community that's a little more sustainable in many ways. So why don't we break here?
Sure.
We'll break now. When we come back, we want to talk a little bit about the history of the Passage Theater,
Yes.
where they are today, where you're going with it,
Yes.
and your role specifically.
Okay.
Okay, we'll
Absolutely.
be back in a minute here on the Empowerment Hour. I have the incomparable, the one and only Miss Monah Yancy. She is Community Giving Manager for the Passage Theater in Trenton. We'll be back in a moment here on the Empowerment Hour.